This is the Swarm and Shoot football show with me, Manny Matsakis, as we kick off season 2. We've been fortunate because we've had a few good interviews. We bring Lynn Groll on here, and he's able to interview some of our players. And we've got a lot coming up in this upcoming season. And this Swarm and Shoot football show is brought to you by Big B Coffee, which I've got right here. And it's right across campus here on North Clinton Street. Get the finest coffee beverages in Defiance, as well as great pastries and breakfast sandwiches to start off your day. And for most of us, we also get a pick-me-up in the afternoon by heading across the street to see Sue and everybody over at Big B Coffee. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, BSN Sports. Rob Held, Jim Garris, and the crew over here, the sales team, are the professionals that you definitely need to get in touch with to get your gear. All the DC gear. If you're a high school program out there listening to this, get in touch with these guys and they will help you out. They do a fantastic job with high schools, colleges, businesses in the area. Can get whatever type of apparel they need customized just for their business. So I know Rob does a great job for us. Jim is our rep that I see virtually every week of the year, and it's outstanding customer service.
Welcome back to the Swarm and Shoot football show, joined again by Defiance College head coach Manny Matsakis. We're going to go through some summer scheduling and kind of what's going to go on with the program here over the next few months before you get back rolling. It's just a couple months away before you're back at it. It's been one of those years, Coach.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. I mean, right now we're wrapping up the recruiting process, and we've done a great job getting out, seeing players. Deposits are rolling in, and as we made those personal contacts. So we should wrap that up. There'll be a handful of guys that we may be on over, through June and July. And now is the time to get ready for training camp. And then, at that point, then I try to get our coaches out of here and get them recharged because we just got done playing a season. So right now the key item is getting everything ready so we can have great planning meetings when the 1st of August comes around, because we'll meet and then the players will be reporting back. Tentatively, we're waiting for the NCAA to let us know August the 9th or so, and then we can practice on the 11th. So it's somewhere in that ballpark, and we'll announce that as soon as we get it.
What do you spend your summer doing as you look at the football program, Coach?
Well, like I just wrapped up, we take all three sides of the ball and do an end-of-the-year book, as we call it. And it's like you analyze every play by scheme or by, the situations, if it's defense and if it's special teams. Let's look at the punt team and let's look at everything we do. And we, I do a lot of this myself on the offense and special teams side. Javon takes care of the defensive side with Matt Warehan. And we look at, do a quick snapshot of statistics from the year before to now, how much have we improved or what's the situation, and then go back and look at things because you don't know. You can't just rely on your memory. You got to go back and analyze everything and literally do here's the details of everything. So like for instance, we take a look at one specific scheme, like here's a choice scheme, let's say, whatever it is. And we ran it maybe 62 times this year for X amount of yards and so forth. So you're looking at it, and then you're looking at against what coverage and front combination. So that 60-some plays could break up into 3 or 4 subsets of things you're going against. All right, now, how did we do it? Were we assignment correct? Was there a bust? Was there a protection issue? Every single play we have, we go through and analyze that run, pass, what we call exotics or screens and so forth. And we analyze and take a look and say, oh, here's how much practice time we spent on that scheme. Here's the value it gave us. What can we do first? Should we keep it? Should we adjust it? or should we eliminate it? Because you have to make that decision across the board in everything you do on the field. So that's the first thing we do is we create the books and we analyze it and then do a really solid assessment of an after-action review. Like, okay, now what do we need to do to get better this August to get ready for that first game against Capital on September 2nd, the Thursday night, and it's like, what do we have to do? And then we create a plan from there. So once the books are done, then let's strategize for training camp. That's what we're just finished.
The technology nowadays makes it a little bit easier because you can punch in whatever base, whatever set you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pop up the
It's awesome.
15, 20, 100 plays, whatever it is for the season probably, and take a look at it.
I get everything against every nuance you can imagine. And, a lot of there are years where you look at this, it's like, it makes so much sense to do that after-action review because now it just puts you back in game mode for a few weeks, and you can look at that, and it's not like, oh, it's training camp. What did we do last year? Oh, here's our playbook. Let's just run this, not knowing that, you know what? You practice this thing because the other thing I look at is like our practice scripts or the calls that we make in games, and it's like if I'm looking at in practice, if I'm practicing something so many times and I'm not calling it in a game. What's the value? I'm wasting time all week long. So it's like you would like, ideally in this sport, you want to make sure you practice the things that you're going to call and execute in the game. And sometimes football coaches, we outsmart ourselves thinking like, I want to practice all this stuff. I'll make it so complex. Well, if it's complex, sometimes your players don't understand it either, and then it costs you games. And so I think that's the benefit of this.
Can you overanalyze sometimes? Is there kind of a balance between overthinking a little bit and not doing that?
I think there is. There's definitely that. And the key I look at when I ask myself the question, it's just an analytics question. It's like, if I do this, if I do this, then what could happen? And if you think of it in a big picture sense, if I add this scheme, all right, then this could happen. But the other issue is I better eliminate something else because it's not like you get more practice time. You don't have any more time with these guys. And also, are you on the verge? You might be looking at, let's say, a scheme that you're running, and you're on the verge of doing it well. Maybe you just got to coach it better. Maybe you got to spend more time with these guys in the film room and walkthroughs. Maybe that's the solution as opposed to aborting something, that you've been putting time into. Because if it's close and it takes just more time, maybe a new teaching methodology, then you have an opportunity because those players that were there the season before have banked so many reps doing that play. So you better be careful about adding and taking away. So there's a fine line there, and you can overanalyze this thing crazy ways. However, as long as you go in saying, all right, I know what I want it to look like. It's currently here. Only do things that are going to raise the bar to get to that ultimate level we want to play.
Yeah. The kids, some of them are staying here.
Yeah.
That we talked about a few weeks ago this summer, and that's going to be good to see when you drive by the football field or wherever.
Yeah, they'll be out there throwing a ball around or working on their footwork and all that. I think that's significant for us. A lot of players working here in the summer and training. And more than anything else, I think it's just the culture, hanging out together. I think that's important. Going downtown, checking out those rivers. Maybe they can get on a pontoon boat or something, and enjoy summer in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, as it is in the D3 football world, you turn these guys loose here, and you don't see them for 3 months.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you put in their heads, or what kind of workouts do you give them through the summer to get them prepared for August training camp?
Yeah, I mean, our workouts are very position specific. So we start with here's the drills and skills you need to work with. Then we have the weight room, and then we have the running aspects of this. So, we Chris Shanks, our strength coach, he puts together a rather extensive manual, and we met with them at the end of the semester by position group to go over everything and say, hey, here it is. It's not like we can't sit there and train you, because by rule you can't,
right.
So we're giving you all the information. You've got it. So how hard you work, how smart you work, and take care of your body and eat right and all that, then that will make a significant difference in about 14 weeks when you get back here. And they have the information. Now it's just up to them to do it. And I think when they're together, they're apt to have a lot of. I want to train together, to do things together, because just have that workout partner makes a big difference.
Are you seeing some kids taking leadership of this program a little bit now, and things turning in the right direction in that aspect of it?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's been first of all, it's been a long time coming. I mean, but on the other hand, it's tough when you're all freshmen. Like 2019. Now, most of these guys are sophomores, which is exciting. And then some of the freshmen we brought in they don't know what we saw in 2018. They don't know that. So all they know is this culture right now. So they get excited about it. And our coaches do a really good job of leading their position groups. You got a guy like Matt Warehan, who has Thomas Coltrane, first team all conference linebacker. He developed that guy. He was good, but he got really good in the system that we run. And, that's coaching. And I think now I can see a guy like Coltrane coming out of his shell because of the coaching he's getting, and that makes a big difference. I think that's just one example of many in our program that our assistant coaches have done a fantastic job of developing young leaders, because we still don't have a lot of seniors. I mean, we're 2 years away from a bunch of seniors, but I think that the experience, our sophomores are like juniors at other places because they've gotten so many more reps. And that's why I think at times back in that spring season that they played pretty good, because they had experience from before.
Appreciate it, Coach. We'll be talking training camp here.
Oh, yeah. Before you know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
I want to thank you for joining us on the Swarm and Shoot Football Show. If you're listening to this podcast, make sure to subscribe in iTunes. Give us a rating, comment on the show. If you'd like to get all kinds of updates, go to our website at swarmandshoot.com, where you will be up to date on all of our podcasts with audio and YouTube versions on there as well. See feature articles on our current players and alumni, along with updates of what's going on in the program. Take a minute and subscribe with your email to receive these regular alerts every time we update the website.